Let's face it, Amazon is a fast-moving game. One minute you're the go-to product, the next, a new seller swoops in with something trendier, better priced, or just better positioned. So how do you stay ahead? How do you stop reacting and start predicting? That's where Helium 10's Market Tracker comes in. This tool gives you more than just stats. It helps you actually understand the story behind your market, like who's gaining traction and who's losing steam. Are there new players on the rise? Is your share of the pie growing or shrinking? In this video, I'm going to break down how Market Tracker works, how to set it up properly, and more importantly, how to use it in a practical, real-world way to spot opportunities before everyone else does. So let's dive in. What is Market Tracker really? Now, most Amazon sellers know Helium 10 has a ton of tools. Black Box for product research, Cerebro for keyword data, Atomic for PPC. But Market Tracker is like the big picture view. Instead of looking at a single product or keyword, you zoom out and you see how the entire market is doing. Here's the thing, Amazon doesn't hand you a blueprint. You can't just type in, show me all the products competing with mine, and get a list. So Helium 10 lets you build that list yourself, based on the products and keywords that you decide are relevant. That's the key difference. It's totally customizable. Once you define what your market looks like, say wooden egg trays or gothic wall decor, Market Tracker watches everything for you. Sales trends, reviews, pricing changes, BSR rankings, and more. It even alerts you when new products enter the space. It's like having a personal scout for your Amazon business. Setting it up, creating your first market. All right, so how do you actually get started? Well, if you don't already have a Helium 10 account, you can go ahead and click the link down below in the description to get some of the best pricing possible. When you click on that link, you'll be brought to this page right here where you've got two options. You can either choose to get 20% off for 6 months by using code ECOMMastery20 or get 10% off every month when you use code ECOMMastery10. Click the link down in the description and use those codes to get started. Now that you've gone ahead and used those codes or already fired up your own Helium 10 account, let's go ahead and do this together. So I've just logged into my Helium 10 account and here we are. So step one is creating your first market. You'll go into the Market Tracker dashboard and hit Create Market. The tool will ask you to input a few keywords that define your niche. These keywords are super important because they shape what the tool will be looking at from now on. So let's say you're selling a farmhouse style wooden egg tray. Your keywords might be wooden egg tray, egg holder countertop, and farmhouse egg tray. Think about what someone would type into Amazon if they were trying to find your product or your competitor's product. Then you add in a few ASINs. These can be your own products or competitor products that you think define that niche. The more accurate you are here, the better your market will look. Now, once you've added your base, Helium 10 will go to work pulling in related products and giving you a snapshot of your overall market. You'll get graphs that show you how the total market is trending, how your product is doing in comparison, and even who's new to the scene. Takes a few hours for everything to populate, but once it's done, it is gold. So to go ahead and get to the Market Tracker tool, if you're not already there, just click on Tools, and under Analytics over here on the right, you'll see this Market Tracker, and I'm already here, so you can go ahead and see what it looks like. Now to create a new market, you'll click up here in the top right corner, and this is where you can go ahead and name this market first right here. Then you can select the marketplace. For this, we'll be using Amazon, and then you can track keywords. So here you can use up to 5, and these can't be changed once you create your market, so make sure you choose ones that actually reflect your market. And then you can go ahead and track products. So you can curate your market with ASINs that you want to track. Now these can be changed or more ASINs can be added to it later. And then you'll just click on Create Market. Now, since those take a few hours to populate, we'll go ahead and look at a market that I've created in the past called yoga mats. So we'll go ahead and click on that so you can go ahead and see what the inside of Market Tracker looks like. So here we go. This is what the Market Tracker looks like once it's gone ahead and done all of the work for you. Reading the dashboard, what to actually look at. Now that your market is set up, let's talk about what you'll see and how to make sense of it. The dashboard gives you a few numbers. Market volume. This is the total estimated revenue of all the tracked products in your market. Your market share. This shows what percentage of the total market your products account for. Competitor tracking. You'll see a list of tracked ASINs completed with data on sales, BSR, pricing, reviews, and power score. Let's say your market is doing $100,000 in monthly revenue. and your product is doing $15,000. That's a 15% market share. And you can then track if your share is holding steady, growing, or shrinking over time. Now here's where it gets interesting. If your sales are down 1 week, you can look at the market volume. If the whole market is down, then it's probably seasonal or just a slower time. But if your competitors are up and you're down, then it's time to dig deeper. Maybe someone dropped their price. Maybe they launched a new version. Maybe they're winning on a new keyword that you haven't even considered. Spotting emerging trends. All right, here's the good stuff. How do you use Market Tracker to find early trends? One of the coolest features is the product suggestions. Helium 10 constantly scans the keywords that you provided and looks for new ASINs that are gaining traction. It'll pop these up as suggestions and ask if you want to track them. That means you don't have to manually hunt through Amazon every week to see who's new. So imagine this. You're selling gothic wall shelves and suddenly Market Tracker suggests a moon-shaped mirror. Now, that's not your direct competition, but it's the same vibe. That might spark a product idea. If a bunch of people are searching for gothic decor, then maybe they're buying more than just shelves. You can even look at power scores to see which new products are rising fast. If something has only been live for a month but already has a decent score, then it's probably getting solid sales. This is your chance to catch a trend early, before the market gets crowded. Using Market Tracker for product research. Here's something not enough sellers do. You can actually use Market Tracker before you launch a product. So let's say you're considering a few different product ideas. Create a market for each one and track them for a couple of weeks. You'll be able to see which markets are growing, who the dominant players are, how fast new products are gaining traction, and if there are seasonal dips or spikes. It's a much deeper look than using just black box or X-ray alone. You're not just looking for high demand. You're watching the dynamics of the space play out in real time. And it's way easier than hiring a VA to check search results every day. Tracking competitors. What you can learn. Let's talk about stalking your competition in a healthy, business savvy way. With Market Tracker, you can look at each competitor's estimated revenue, review count, pricing trends, BSR, and more. Over time, this tells a story. Did a competitor suddenly spike in sales? Maybe they dropped their price, got a bunch of new reviews, or started ranking for a high volume keyword. That gives you ideas. Maybe you need to tweak your listing. Maybe you're missing some newer keywords. Or maybe it's time to launch a similar version with a twist. If a competitor's reviews are trending downward, then that's a signal too. Maybe their quality dropped or they changed manufacturers. There might be an opportunity to jump in with a better offer. It's not about copying, it's about learning. Understanding what's working for others helps you adjust your strategy without guessing. Using market share to make smarter decisions. One of the most powerful features is seeing your actual market share. It's so easy to feel like sales are down, but unless you know how the whole market is doing, it's just a guess. If your sales dip, but market volume is flat or even up, something changed on your end. But if everyone's numbers are down, then it might be seasonality or just a larger trend. This is super helpful for staying calm when sales fluctuate. Also, if you notice your share shrinking while the market is growing, that's a red flag. Someone else is scooping up those sales. That's when you need to go into Keyword Tracker, review your PPC, and maybe even revisit your images in listing. On the flip side, if your share is growing in a rising market, then you're doing something right, and you should double down on that. Maybe you increase your ad spend. Maybe you expand into a related niche. But this tool helps you take action based on actual data, not just gut feelings. Expanding your brand based on market insights. So let's say you've been selling one product in your niche and it's doing well. Market Tracker can help you figure out what to launch next. If you're truly in the egg tray space and you start seeing a lot of buzz around other kitchen counter storage items like butter dishes or bread boxes, you might spot a pattern. That's your audience telling you what they're into. You can track those products, see how they're trending, and decide if it's worth expanding your line. You're not throwing darts into the dark. You're moving based on market signals. It also works the other way around. If a product idea that you had seems exciting, but Market Tracker shows that it's flatlined over the last year, maybe you skip it and focus your energy elsewhere. Final thoughts. What makes Market Tracker worth it? At the end of the day, Market Tracker isn't just another fancy chart. It's a way to stay plugged into what's really happening in your niche. Most sellers fly blind. They check their own numbers and maybe their keyword ranks, but they're not paying attention to the big picture. And that's just a missed opportunity. When you use Market Tracker consistently, you stay ahead of new trends. You react faster when competitors shift. You know exactly where you stand in your market. You get inspired with new product ideas. You protect your existing products from decline. And honestly, it's not that complicated. Once you set it up, it runs in the background and just keeps you informed. So if you haven't already, go to Helium 10, set up your first market, and start watching what happens. The sooner you start tracking, the sooner you'll start spotting trends before everyone else does. And if you want to get started with Helium 10, we'll have that link for you down in the description where you can choose between one of two different coupon codes. Ecom Mastery 20 to get 20% off 6 months, or Ecom Mastery 10 to get 10% off every month. Now, this is an affiliate link, which means that we earn a small commission when you use it at no extra cost to you. And these commissions really help support the channel and allow us to continue to create free content just like this. So if you end up using those links, we thank you so much in advance. Now, if you found this video helpful, don't forget to like it, subscribe to the channel, and hit that notification bell so you never miss another video. Here on this channel, we're dedicated to helping you succeed with e-commerce by providing tips, strategies, and insights to grow your online business, so be sure to subscribe. But other than that, thanks for watching. We'll see you here in the next video.